Welcome to GP Bullhound's Tech Thoughts. Today's the 4th of February, and we're here with Inge Heydorn and Nela Salkovic for our weekly market roundup. Today, they will give an update on Google, Facebook, and semis, as well as talk about gaming with EA and Nintendo. Lastly, more about mergers. Over to them.
A quick market update. The market has really improved lately, given that we saw very strong numbers and really a line in the sand for tech when Microsoft reported. And then on top of that, we had strong numbers from ServiceNow, Apple, and so on. So that momentum has carried into this week. But as we speak now, we have really a tough time in the marketplace for tech, as Facebook really missed numbers big time, and we saw weakness from PayPal yesterday. So going into the ad market on internet, Google really gained share and had a really strong quarter, although YouTube a little bit behind what we were expecting, while Facebook had a really weak guidance going into Q1. And the problems are competition, and how users use Facebook nowadays, going more over the Reels, and on top you have problems with IDFA, the Apple changes, which made their business model much tougher to handle. Going over to semis, we have seen numbers coming out from semiconductor producers like Texas, MaxLinear, STM, all of them very strong and pointing to a really strong year in 2022 with good demand and even increasing the capex to come out with more production capacity. On the demand side, we have seen AMD and Qualcomm coming up with very strong numbers. AMD is probably number 2 in the world in buying wafer from foundries, and they're guiding now for 31% growth this year, which is very impressive. So good news. Qualcomm is stating now that the Chinese Android market is improving, and that's also a very important ingredient when it comes to wafer demand. So good news AMD, good news for TSMC and for the semi-capital equipment names. Over to Nela and the gaming side.
Thank you, Inge. And yes, let's go over to some gaming. I'll start out by saying that Nintendo was really strong on software this month. And it also showed us that our own live model on Nintendo was really spot on. I mean, we were less than, I think, 1.3% off on volumes on the quarter. So that's really good. Going over to EA, who released its Q3 financials for the 3 months ending December 31st, 2021, reported its highest bookings in the company history. However, the launch of Battlefield 2042 did not meet expectations. And EA also announced that they're delaying the game's upcoming season until this summer. They said it's going to give them some time to focus on improving the game. And the firm's highest growing games platform in terms of revenue was mobile games, which saw a rise of 78% year over year. EA's mobile success, I would say, came not as a surprise following its decision in 2021 to fortify its mobile games operations through the acquisition of Playdemic, Glue Mobile. So this is definitely going to be interesting to keep following. And within the span of 1 month, 3 major video game companies made seismic acquisitions that are changing the shape of the industry, I would say. First, I mean, Take-Two bought Zynga. Then we had I think it was a week later, Microsoft announced plans to buy Activision Blizzard. And to round out January, Microsoft's competitor Sony announced its new purchase, Destiny 2 developer Bungie, for $3.6 billion. And I would say that usually acquisitions lead to more acquisitions. It certainly seems like these companies aren't done buying up the market. So I believe that we should expect more of this. Thank you for today and see you next week.